Welcome back to the Fan League YouTube channel. We've just done the One for the Weekend podcast, me and Flav, aka Flames. You can check that out on the Bull Street channel, Long Bull Street channel.
You've got to laugh when you say that, otherwise people think we're being serious.
I'm dead serious.
Oh, right, okay.
I've copyrighted it.
Right.
Flames, Flav and James. But we're going to offer up a bit more quality content on the Fan League channel.
Yeah.
We're going to give you our predictions in another video. Go check that out. But also, we want to talk about Theo Walcott. English starlet. You love him.
Starlet? Is he still? It does seem like that, doesn't it?
He's still young, isn't he?
It
28.
It does seem...
Will he ever hit 30? That's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been around forever.
Do you know, isn't that Peep Show? Isn't that a line from a Peep Show? Yeah. The guy's holding back the headline of 3-0 Walcott for when he turns 30. But yeah, he's linked with Everton and Southampton. It's not been going well for him at Arsenal for a long time. Played against Forest on Sunday. He got the most flack.
Yeah, and he's on big money.
He's on huge money.
Yeah.
And apparently, well, the Telegraph and the Daily Mail are suggesting that Everton are going to, you like this one, Flav, gazump Southampton and offer him close to 110 grand a week. I think he's on. I want to say he's on 120 at the moment.
Maybe
140.
He's on big money. His last contract at Arsenal was significant, and that's probably why they're willing to let him go at this stage. Because 28, you'd expect he's still got something. He has had injury problems, but most of his injuries have been to his shoulders and upper body.
Not his hamstrings.
And he has had injuries to his legs as well, but he's had that reoccurring shoulder injury, isn't he?
The Mirror had suggested that it looked like he was definitely going to Southampton, 20 million deal. Southampton, of course, have got a lot of money in their skyrocket because of the Van Dijk deal. But the one question I wanted to talk about with this one is, what's best for Theo? You know, what does Theo need? I'm sure Theo will be watching this video and he'll be thinking, what do I need? Where do I go? I need some kind of sign. Flav, I think you're the guy to offer him the knowledge.
I think...
your years of play.
Yeah, I mean... Something's gone wrong.
Wait, what if he's looking for advice from us?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think there's two things. I think Southampton will give him an opportunity to play up top, which he's always wanted to do. I think he would have been a better footballer at Arsenal if he was allowed to play in that number 9 role.
Hone that.
But you know, given what's gone wrong, and he needs to get his career back on track, and go home. Go to what's familiar, what's comfortable, where you're going to be loved. At Everton, he's just going to be another footballer. You need to go. He needs to re-find what made him such an exciting prospect all those years ago. Because he is a good footballer.
Yeah.
He does have. He hasn't reached his potential, but there's still time. He's got 3 years, 4 years, maybe his type of player to still play, competitively in the Premier League. Why not do it at the place where you learn it all? Yeah,
I would say this comes down to two things. One, what are his thoughts on himself as a player? Does he feel like he's not getting the chances at Arsenal that he deserves, or is he looking at this situation going, I'm not sure I'm at this level anymore? And because if he feels the first one, then it's Everton for me. Like there's a lot of movement there. You've got to go up north.
Fire in your belly.
Got fire in your belly, but there's. Him and Rooney up front could be quite exciting. Rooney has got vision. Walcott does want to play in that position. Got great pace. Can finish well at times.
Yeah, I mean, if Everton buy him, they certainly will be buying him as a forward because I think Sandro looks like it hasn't worked out. Although Everton fans want him to stick around for a bit longer because they like what they see, and he played so well before he joined Everton. But I think Walcott, if he signs, would start up top for them. They don't need another number 10 or another wide player. They need that number 9 to lead the line, and I think he's going to get his opportunity to do it. You're right. The move to Everton is more ambitious.
Yeah.
And if it all works out under Allardyce, great manager, then he's that's probably better for his career. But I think
he was undoubtedly guaranteed to start at Southampton. Austin has his moments, but he gets injured a lot. Gabbiadini has not worked out.
No.
They struggle to score goals. Southampton. I think you're so right. It'd be a comfortable move. He'd be going back to where he knows obviously the area. He'll definitely play. Probably won't be the same kind of pressures. Sounds like he's still going to make a decent amount of money.
Yeah, I don't think. If it was me, I would go to Southampton. It's not. There's risk associated to Everton. It could not work. It might not work out. All the ingredients might not be there. Whereas Southampton, you know what you're doing. You know where you're going back to. and he can just get on with playing football. He doesn't have to deal with this, being part of this club that at the moment is in kind of, there's a lot of turmoil at Everton and Southampton as well, but Southampton, he returns as the golden child.
Yep. Let's know your thoughts on this one. Theo Walcott, should he stay at Arsenal? Do you still think he's got a future at Arsenal and he's just being unfairly treated? Or should he go to Everton? Or should he go back home to Southampton? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to Fan League. Check out the One for the Weekend podcast on the Long Ball Street channel. And we'll see you very soon.
Download the app and join today.